Hey, everybody. I'm Kelly Harris. And as I read through those articles today, I really got thinking a lot about how I ought to change how I introduce myself. So, sort of what I was thinking today is that I would talk a little bit about first, why do I do what I do? Um, what do I do? How I am a problem solver, and then talk a little bit about community relations and how I can improve communication. So, I was thinking today about why do I do what I do, and I was thinking about my own 5-year old. Well, I guess she just turned 6, and how she just thinks that she's the best at everything. And, rightly so. She's pretty amazing. But I got thinking about my 5 and 6-year-old self, and so I found a picture and put it here for us. And knowing that at that time in my life, I felt like I was the best at everything too. And then I got to thinking about, when did I start feeling like I wasn't good at things in school? And having read the growth mindset and reading the research on that, I really realized that in middle school and high school, I'd never had to try at anything. And when I got to things that were hard, I didn't know how to tackle them. And when I got to math in middle school and high school, because I was not taught conceptually, the base of my foundation in math just crumbled. And so I was made to feel less than. And I never want any of our students to encounter feelings like that. So, what do I do? The job that I have is math improvement, kindergarten to 5th grade. It's been kind of a journey to get to this position. My undergrad degree is in curriculum and instruction K-9. I got a middle level math degree thinking I maybe wanted to teach middle school math because I was going to change the world. Then I sort of realized I didn't love middle schoolers. So I taught 2nd grade for 7 years in Wichita Public Schools, and then I taught 3 years in 1st grade in the Mays School District. And then for the last 5 years, going on 6, I have been in that math improvement position. Um, and at the basis of this job, I realize I am a problem solver. I get to work with kids who are not succeeding in a traditional classroom, who are struggling and their teachers can't diagnose what's happening, and I get to be the fixer, and I love that part of my job. I love to dig deep and solve problems. So, what do I think is important about community relations? And right now in our society, this community relations is everything. I think we have to be advocates for our students and advocates for our relationships with our students' families. I think we have to build trust with our peers. I think we have to be ambassadors for our profession. And I think we have to be really up to date on our standards, policies, and funding, just to name a few. Um, I think ways that I can improve the communication that I have with my students is kind of tricky, because the job that I'm in is tricky because I see 120 students every day. So I don't have a traditional classroom where I can just have a private Facebook page and post pictures and all of that, because we have students who are identified and unidentified, and it's a mixed group. And not always do we have people who want to be included in things like that, or have it known that their kids are needing help. Um, I do love when my own kids, teachers have that private Facebook page and are sharing pictures and anecdotal stories all day. I love that. I think that is huge. What can I do better for the students and parents that I have? Definitely these YouTube channels would be amazing, because so many times our parents don't know how to do the math or don't know how to approach it in a conceptual way. I think doing a screencast or just videoing students solving them and sending it home via YouTube channel would be awesome. I also work with QR codes sometimes, and just being able to do step-by-step directions with videos, any of that would be easy to add into a newsletter that I do send out. Um, With my peers, I do spend a lot of time conversing through email because our staff is big, and so communicating with everybody can get hard. Um, I do work with them if one-on-one in groups and do a little bit of professional development with them. So usually as I work with them together, I always have a game to share that they can take back and use immediately, created and ready to go. Um, I work 4 days a week with students and then 1 day a week with administration and teachers on improvement for best practices and behavior and all sorts of other committees. I do a lot of face-to-face emails, PLC groups, minutes in meetings and agendas and all sorts of paperwork. Been trying to think about how I could get better and more creative with the working with peers and administration. And that one is tougher for me, so I'm open to suggestions on that. I'm excited to get working and learning. Thanks for being part of the community.